Okay, thank you, Satish, for joining us today. Um, so today we are going to have our mock interview about the role for senior cloud engineer. So I will explain you about the job description first, so that you are very clear. I'm looking for a senior cloud engineer who can manage our cloud infrastructure. It's basically a skill set what I'm looking for in Azure. The person who has experience in Azure for at least 3 to 4 years of experience and who manage the Azure infrastructure, platform as service, and the person who worked on Azure AD, and if you have experience on Azure DevOps with the Terraform, that will be an advantage. Okay.
Okay.
Um, yeah. So let's get started. I'll be covering more on infrastructure components than Azure AD. So you can get started with your introduction, just to let me know about your skills and experience, um, the kind of projects you handled, what kind of issues you faced, how did you manage them, right? And what's your next goal, right? So where you want to be, just cover them. Okay,
Yeah, sure.
proceed.
Yeah. Hi, Kamal. I am Satish. Totally, I have 8+ years experience in IT field and managing the various technology like VMware, SCCM, Windows, and Azure environment. For past 3 years, 3+ years, I am working as a cloud administrator. Coming to my roles and responsibility, I have experience end-to-end project setup for 3 tier and 2 tier applications, like from the scratch, creating the subscription, creating the resource group, VNet, subnet, then VNet pairing between the hub and spoke models, and create the NSG and AAG roles, then creating the golden image and deploy the virtual machine from the golden image, and creating the storage account and configure the file share and plop storage and enable the access, and creating the recovery service vault and configuring the schedule the backup and Azure recovery site, then configuring the monitor and enable the alerts like CPU, memory, offlines, and network related alerts. This is a project setup, and also I have experience in the BUA activity, like using ITSM process. For once logged in the shift, I have verified the daily report and ensure that all the services and VMs are up and running, and also logged in the ticketing tool, handling the issues based on the priority like offline CPU, memory, disk related alerts, and also I verified our custom dashboard and any CPU or memory, its peak level and performance metrics. These things I will check once logged in the shift. And also I have knowledge about day-to-day as part of this. Server build request, decommission request, then day-to-day activity like CPU, memory, disk related or resysing activities, then taking the snapshot, clone, and backup product backup request, and restore the snapshot and backups, then some server connectivity issue, reboot related issue. Oh, these are all I will do that. Then after that, weekend we are performing taking the disk report and verify unused disks, and coordinating with the application team, and remove those disks for cost optimization. Then we can perform the patching activity for production servers using Azure Update Manager as well as SCM tool. And also we perform the every quarterly for DR activity for any one of the applications. This is my job role, Kamal.
Okay, good to hear that you covered everything what I'm looking for. But let's
Yeah,
understand your previous experience, right?
yeah,
So you worked on VMware and SCCM, Windows as well.
yes, correct.
So what used to be your role? Were you a VMware administrator or SCCM admin or Windows administrator, or you used to manage everything?
Yeah, we managed everything because we are part of the Windows team. For VMware level L2 support, then SCCM L3 level support, then Windows L3 support. Like that, we are performed that previously. Now with the same environment, we are hybrid environment, so that we are doing like this.
Okay. Did you migrate from VMware to Azure?
Yes, I have knowledge about migration using the private endpoint link. I have experience, get the chance for setup end to end for migration appliance and configuring the project for that one.
Okay, got it. So how many servers you migrated?
Yes, of now 15 servers we migrated.
15, 1 5?
One five, yes, yes, of now. Still, we are planning for that. Working with the application team, we are
So
planning
what
on
is the
that.
solution you is it like a um
IAC,
appliance
shift and
serverless or server
server based
based
IAS service.
appliance?
Yeah, we are using migration strategies, lift and shift migration strategy as of now.
Okay. Like what is the step process you followed for migration?
For configure the appliance or
No, for this 15 servers
okay,
migration, like what are
okay.
the steps you have taken? Like step one, step two.
Yeah, first we are discover the appliance from the Azure portal. Once completed discovery, then we are creating the business case. Then after that, we dependency analysis we done whether it's a we are able to move Azure or not based on that analysis report. Then cost related things we took. Then once completed discovery, then we are going to then we are plan which server first we are going to move, like application servers, database servers related, right? We are plan for that one. Then after that, we start the server replication. Once completed replication, then test migration, we perform the test migration from on-premise to Azure. Once verified everything like RDB connection, application related things, everything is verified, then we will start the actual migration, actual cutover, then decommission the server. This is the follow up. And before that, we for application related things, we done some checklist like what are the ports are open, what type of application they were using. Before migration, we gather all the information, and the same thing we will replicate the Azure end. Then we start the migration.
Okay. So how did you discover the appliances, machines?
Yeah, we are virtual machine. We are using the VMware environment for while creating the project. We set up the one appliance. In that appliance, we are provide the vCenter credential. Then start the discovery for
So it uses the vCenter
vCenter. Yes, vCenter
to
IP,
discover
and
the
we are,
virtual
yes,
machines.
yes, correct. We enable the port 443 and
So did you
provide
face
IP.
any issues while discovering the virtual machines?
Yeah, discovering virtual machines, I'm not facing that much issue for that, but during the setup, the configuration only, we faced a lot of issues. Like we are using only private endpoint for establish the connection between the on-premise to Azure using private endpoint. We most of the firewall ports are blocked. Then some access related issues. This type of issue we are facing that, and then after that we mitigate working with the firewall team and enable all the necessary ports. Then we use that because our environment
Mhm.
not created any DNS server related things.
So one question I have, right? So you
Okay.
mentioned pre and post
Okay.
migration checklist, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
is it not identified during before the migration and before the activity starts?
No, only during migration project setup only we are facing that issue. For after setup migration server, we are not facing any issue during migration. First time only initial setup only we are facing that issue.
I see. So what is the business use case that you mentioned?
Yeah, business means what are the for comparison between the on-premise to Azure? If move, what are the cost related things?
Hmm.
We take the report using business case. So like CPU memory for we create the run current
So
environment
did you
using
do
TCO
the
concept.
assessment or
Yes,
just a discovery?
assessment also I did.
Okay. How did the assessment go? Like, what are your learnings from there?
Yeah, based on assessment, there is a five confidential rating, 1, 2, 3. We still waiting for till complete five and verify it's this assessment. What is the cost related between on-premise to Azure environment?
But do you
How much?
really get 5-star rating?
No, oh, actually, some applications 1 week run till 3.3 or 2 only I get. Then we started the
So what do you
migration.
do if the confidence, the rating level is low?
Low means we are get some performance issue or some cost related things we are facing in the time.
Comfort
If
factor, right? So
comfort, yeah,
comfort,
one, yes, correct.
yeah,
Sorry,
comfort factor, if
factor.
it is low, so there could
Okay.
be some issue. Maybe you did not run the assessment for so long.
correct.
right?
Yes.
And you might have to rerun again. So how long you ran this report,
Uh,
assessment report?
yeah. 1 week, 10 days. Usually we run that report for performing that.
Is it recommended to run 1 week or 10 days or 1 month?
Uh,
What is the recommendation?
Yeah, 1 month performance based 1 month. There is options on 1 month only. Microsoft recommend. Then only it analyze all the things they provide the report.
Okay, all right. So what are the criteria you get out of this assessment? Like cost,
Yeah. Yes.
utilization.
Cost, CPU memory utilization. Uh, and then
Is your business team agreed with whatever the assessment report you got it? Or like did you
yeah. Yes.
make any changes later?
Yeah, they agree that, and before that also we are using Azure normal pricing calculator. We give some basic report for them. What is our current configuration? If move to Azure using Azure pricing calculator, we provide a approximate estimate to client. Then they've approved. Then only we'll start this. Then
Do
again
you
we will
see any
provide.
difference with the Azure pricing calculator and the cost optimization report?
Yeah, a little bit is different because for this one. We found that some difference for that one, cost related.
Are you sure,
Not
Satish?
much, yeah, not much. Because we are calculating some different CPU memory configuration, some things, but here exact report this is provided for Azure.
Okay,
So yeah,
fine.
this is good to compare for this one.
So you have 15 servers, and you said you identified the servers or applications, right? Which one should be going first? Which one should be migrated second, right?
Yeah.
Is it like you did a discovery assessment and replication for all the 15 servers at once? What does it mean, like identifying the server application means? What does it mean? Is it like while replicating you have chosen the right only list of servers, or while migrating you have identified the servers to be
Uh, uh,
migrated first?
No, first identify the servers, then only migrate. Because, for example, 15 servers inside a AD server or some other some important application servers in on-premise. If migrated to Azure means in that time we are facing lot of issues. So first we are going to first non-prod servers, prod, then we will go for remaining infrastructure servers like that only we planned. And also basic application database. What is the dependency in that we are working with the application team, then we get the dependency related things, then migrated one by one.
Hmm. Okay.
For example, AD server, if migrated means totally we will got outage, some primary servers, some other servers. So based on that criticality, we will migrate, plan and migrate
So
it.
who has taken the decision? Is that you have taken the
No,
decision
no.
or like? Mhm.
Yeah, we will schedule the call with all the teams, internal teams, and we will give it to our client and architect. Then we will.
So you
Listen.
usually had a brainstorming sessions on
Yes.
this one.
Yeah.
Identify the identify the servers by environment, by application, by criticality, right?
Yes. And also
Okay.
we daily schedule the call, and we will what is the plan, everything we will daily sync up call with the cloud adoption related things. Then we will perform
Was
the
there
thing.
any project manager for this, or you did
Yep.
end-to-end?
Yep. For project manager, they drive for internal team. For this compute and also migration part, I did Kamal.
So you are the only one person, like from Azure skill set,
No,
or like
no,
what
no.
was your role?
Yeah, multiple persons in that. There is a network team, network skill person, network team, one person, security team. Now,
Mhm.
Azure for Azure admins, 3 persons we have. We are schedule the call every day. Then we are planning and execute one by one.
How long this entire project gone? Like is it like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months,
No,
6 months?
it's more than 8 months. It's completed for this
For
one.
15 servers, these many people,
No, first
eight
time, no.
months.
Yeah, because we are first 1 or 2 months we are preparing the cost, client related approval related things. Then after that we are executing the firewall request related things. Then assessment. Then waiting for some few delay for the application teams and approval. That is the reason it's getting delay. Apart
Okay.
from migration, we did not face.
Did you see any blockers while implementing with respect to the ITSM process that caused any delays?
Yes, yes. Most of the time for the firewall related request and the dependency, we are working the different Palo Alto firewall you are using on premise. Then network related. Other teams dependency it will take some times. For example, if missed for raise one firewall request for one day, again we need to for wait for 1 week for again they raise a separate firewall request
Okay.
event and that type of issues we are facing that.
Okay. See, what is the reason for choosing private endpoint based migration?
Yeah,
Why was not a public
yeah,
based?
yeah. Correct. We are most of the we are that is one of the healthcare applications. So these are very secure applications. They will not don't wish to travel the data to publicly. So that's why we are using choose the for private endpoint. Private endpoint. It's directly communicate with our virtual network. It's automatically created on IP.
Hmm.
Then we are perform the data will transfer the securely from on premise to Azure.
Hmm.
So that's why we choose to private endpoint
Okay.
method.
Okay. So how long this test migration has gone? Like how many servers you picked up?
Yeah, first we will be, around 5 servers we took and perform the test migrations like one app server, normal servers, and we install the one SQL DB. Then second one is the application, some application related things we took, and we performed all the testings. Once moved into Azure, how it's performed for that, whether we are able to connect the DBs, DB related
Did
things.
you see any issues, post test migration, the server is not up, and
Uh,
you have to do a cleanup
uh,
test migration, do a retest migration again? Did you see that any?
Yeah, no, before that we planned everything. So we are not doing facing any issue for during the test migration. For example, before that like we are using the multiple on-premise tool also. We raise the firewall request like connectivity between on-premise to Azure particular subscription, like enabling the 338 port numbers, then
Hmm.
CyberArk AD related things. Because the new subscription there is no AD connectivity, right? So that's why we are working previously working as part of pre-request. We done all the steps, so we not much issue for during the test servers. Like if not perform that well, if server is moving to Azure, or then connectivity will not establish, means we are unable to take the RDP session. Then as well as
Hmm.
AD is not
Okay.
connected, so how we pre-plan we check all those
Okay.
things.
One important question. I would
Okay.
like to understand how you managed to do this.
Okay.
See, applications, some of the applications works based on the IP address. Some of the applications might be working on the DNS base, right?
Yeah.
So when you migrated, right, VMware IPs might be,
Same.
server when it
Yeah.
was in IP, VMware it was different. Let's say 172 series. When you have an Azure, you might go with a 10 dot series, right?
Yeah.
So how do you manage this IP conflicting situations?
Yeah, in that time, for example, we powered on the server, and also we will once join to this domain. It's on we are DNS entry also automatically update, and we are working with the DNS internal team. That is, we are pointing the all the services to particular news servers for avoid the conflict related things, and also the same server name also it will come there. So avoid this type of conflict. We run the sysprep and
Okay.
we
So no,
completed.
no, no. What I'm saying, okay,
Uh,
you're talking about the system. What
uh,
I'm saying, the IP, right? It was
yeah,
two when it
true.
was an on-premises, it was a 172, and when it comes to Azure, it's a 10 dot series.
Yeah.
So is your application reconfigured to use the new IPs?
Yes, yes, correct. Yeah, this is a different IPs. So some applications load balance based on that. We directly add the IPs to load balancer.
Okay.
Otherwise, we will pointing to configure the applications.
Okay. All right. So, like, what is the total duration for this cutover, migration cutover? Like, how much time you have taken? Is it
Uh,
like, I mean, when you implement a change,
yeah.
migration, is it like 12 hours window or 72 hours window or 48 hours window?
Uh,
Because basically, when you do migration, you need a
uh,
downtime, right?
yes, correct. Yeah. Yeah, we are doing the weekend only. For safer side, we are weekend for 40 hours window we took. that on. Then we raise the change request based on that. Then we will perform the cutover for weekend. For validation purpose, it will took a long time. So in case anything goes wrong, it's a very big major outage. So that we are took 48 hours change window, but we completed around 10 hours. Below 10 hours, we completed that our
Mm-hmm.
activity. Then validation part only, it will took time.
Okay. Okay, this is pretty good because I think most of the people who is going to listen this right video, their questions might be answered. Okay, we have covered with respect to technical, with respect to the process, right? Thank you, Satish,
Thank
for
you.
this one. So let's try to understand your skills and experience on the Azure day-to-day operations. Okay. Okay, before going to that, one last thing I have. So you talked about SSCM, right?
Yeah, yes.
Where when SSCM, like when it comes to the Azure, are you leveraging the SSCM or any other tools you are leveraging it?
For Azure Update Manager, native to for this one. And SSM, we have multiple options. Both tool, as of now, we are working that. SSM, we can use like application package, multiple script, creating the registry related script, multiple options in SSM. But Azure Update Manager, we need to create custom script related things. So still patching, we can use for Azure Update Manager for this one like create the package and deployment something we are using for SCCM.
There are different tools, right? Let's say
Yeah,
Big Fix, you have a tool,
correct.
and
Yes,
SSCM, you have a tool, and
yes.
you have the Azure Automation account, Azure DSC, you have it.
Yes.
So which one is more flexible?
For Azure environment, for Azure Update Manager,
Azure Update Manager is for the
uh,
patching only,
patching.
right?
Yeah,
But
correct.
packaging, doing a
Uh,
bulk deployment
and
kind of thing.
yes, SCCM we can use that. Yes, of my experience, the SCCM is very good tool. But this is also Microsoft tool.
Hmm.
This is market for a long time. For the
But
so
but you
this
need to have infrastructure to be placed
Yeah,
running
correct.
on
For this
Azure,
one, yeah,
right?
if we have already on-premise environment, we can use that. Otherwise, that parts only again we get the license and create setup for this one. This is on
Hmm.
we need to perform that.
Okay, the kind of servers you migrated,
Yeah.
is it based on a Windows or Linux or mixed?
Mixed.
Mixed and
Yeah, correct.
okay, got it. All right. When it comes to the Azure, you talked about you managed to deploy the images,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So what kind of flavors it is, and what is the process you followed?
For creating for we are using the two type of image, Windows as well as Linux, latest 2020 to operating system image. First create the one image, and we install the all the what are the required application, install that. Then we are creating the image using sysrep. We are creating one image and deploy it to the image gallery. Whenever the user is asked some particular application, we are using the same type of image. We will deploy the multiple servers.
So how are you ensuring that the image is up to date with the latest patches?
No, for every month, we need to open that image, then only we can perform that.
So when you
Uh,
say open that image, like what
yeah,
does it mean?
yeah,
You went on a mute actually.
yeah. Sorry, that connectivity issue. Sorry for that. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Can you elaborate more on like what does it mean? From open the image and patch it. Like
yeah.
what does it mean?
Yeah, for every month, Microsoft also release the patch. Some update is required for any new application is required. We just deploy the one machines, our environment, and update all the patches. And if any for like Google Chrome also release every month, then like any vulnerability related things, any registry settings modification, vulnerability security means identify means we fix that all those things in particular VM and create against run the sysrep, then move into image gallery. That options version 1 version 2, like that we have that options, we can create the image like that.
Okay. So that's how you're maintaining the
Yeah,
compliance. Okay.
compliance related things. If, for example, if, for this is a critical job, one of the job only every month we do, but this is one advantage. If you required any application required at 20 servers at a time, we directly deploy from that image. So that's why we are planning, we are doing like this.
Okay.
Otherwise, we need to each and every service again go for scan and install the remediate everything. It's a double job. So
So do
that's why.
you delete the old image?
No, no, we did not delete old image, lost file image. Because sometimes they were asking different legacy application means we just one or two machines required. So that time we are using that image.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So you talked about performance management and cost
Yeah,
management.
yeah,
Can you elaborate about the this performance management, that weekly report that you gather and do some analysis, right? Can you
yeah.
just elaborate more?
Yeah, that performance based means what type of CPU memory. Sometimes we are spike is available. In the time we take particular machines, we check that what type of issue we identify. Like sometimes the backup running for a long time. Then Defender antivirus is running more CPU memory like that. What type of application it's spike the CPU. Based on that we work on that. Sometimes application team running for the long running job. In the time we are spike it will come. In the time we will work with them. It's really needed. We will vendor recommendation based on that. We will recommend it to increasing the CPU memory, and based on that issue we will fix that.
No, when I
Uh,
say performance management, right? So
yeah.
what we generally think of it is that there is a VM which
Okay.
is not utilizing more.
Okay.
Okay, more
Okay.
resources, be it a
Okay.
CPU, be it a memory, or
Okay.
be it a disk. That's one
Okay.
thing.
Okay.
Maybe there are machines which need some more resources also, right?
Yeah.
So that is what we have to identify as
Okay.
part of the performance
Yeah,
management.
yeah, got it. This one.
Okay.
For this one,
Yeah.
we will take the performance report for last 6 month performance report we took, and work with the application team. It's really required for this type of CPU memory related things. Based on the, we will work with them and reduce the CPU memory based on the ITA some process, and it's all involve the cost, right? So that's why we are running the report for daily basis, and we will work with them. We will reduce the perform these things, cost optimization related things
So
we did.
what is the source of data
Uh,
you are
uh,
referring? Last 6 months, right? What is the source
yeah,
of data?
yeah, Azure Graph we have configured that. We took from the graph. We will take that reports, and
Uh,
also monitoring, and also monitoring tool. Also we configure. We took the performance report from the monitoring.
what monitoring tool you are referring
Yeah.
actually?
If we are current environment, we are using the SCOM monitoring. In that monitoring tool, we are taking. We will work with them and we will took the report. Otherwise, based on the Azure graphs only, we are took that report.
When you say Azure Graphs, can you elaborate more?
Yeah, Azure graph. It will it store the all the data like uh, CPU memory, our environment, every data will store that that graph. We will fetch that report uh, from there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So what challenges you face? Let's say you identify one server which is on a low utilization. Okay, you're recommending to reduce the size. So whom do you reach out and how do you proceed?
Yeah, first I will reach to the application team. We will show them the report past 6 month, otherwise latest report past 3 months report. We found that the CPU memory is not taking much. So we inform to application. The particular is the vendor based application. Again, we asked to reach the vendor. It is recommended or not, and then based on their approval, then we raise the everyone is approved. We will raise the change request and get the downtime from application team. The change request go for the approval process, right? Cap we represent the change request to cap management team and the technical team, everyone available, architect
Okay.
level. We will work with. We will they will approved. Then we will get the downtime weekend, and also involve open the bridge, involve the application teams, and if required vendor also involve them. We will take the necessary backup before before that we will enable the maintenance mode the server. Then after that take the snapshot backup and as well as a regular backup, ensure a backup is available. Then we will start that activity. Once completed, we will ask to the application team validate everything. Then
Okay.
we will close the
Did
tags.
you ever see any conflict that with your application team or your business owner saying, okay,
Okay.
I cannot resize it?
Okay. Yes, sometimes they like that only, but we have provided all the these ones we are graph everything we provide. This is a cost optimization only, so we will convince them. Then we can do that activity.
Okay. So how do you know how this VM size is being allocated?
Yes, based on the application for SQL
Correct.
means the
Correct.
required
Yeah, let
for
me
that.
stop you, right?
Okay,
So when the VM built for the application,
okay,
okay, they might have this t-shirt sizing defined, right?
yes,
Now, because every t-shirt sizing has certain costs associated for the
correct.
application. Let's say application one you have it, application one is signed up for an end customer. Okay, they are paying certain amount, right?
Yes,
Right. So when you come to them and saying, okay, I need to reduce it, so it's deviating the t-shirt sizing, and it's like only one or two servers you are seeing that recommendation to reduce the VM size. But eh, so in that scenarios, did you ever see any conflict with your business owner? Okay, we cannot reduce it because this is what as per our contract we have to
yes.
allocate this much to customer. Okay. Did you see such kind of any
Uh,
conflict?
yes, we faced like that only because vendor is recommended like that. Based on that only, we will set up the VMs. If again we are going for that reduce the size means there might be a thought the performance issue or some other issue in future that applications they will not allowing for that one. We have faced that because five application running the same things. Sometimes in future they will be using the load balancer purpose they will be using for that. So they will get the conflict for that one.
Okay. So when it comes to the cost optimization, how do you get started with your analysis? Like, what is the step one, step two? Like, what tools you'll be using it for your data, for your analysis? Once you have the data available, how do you track them to the closure?
Yeah, for this cost analysis, we will track using that Azure Advisor, right? In that is recommended for cost optimization related things. Then after that, we will for before the during the VM build, we will go for hybrid model or using for 3 years, 1 year reservation plan. This type of things we consider and we perform the optimized, and also we will take the report unused disk report, then unused snapshot. We will work with the application team. We will delete it. Will saving some cost for us.
Mhm.
Uh,
Okay, so example, right? So I asked about the process as well.
uh,
Okay, now
uh,
you fetch the report.
okay,
So what is the duration? Example, let's say CPU memory recommendations, which Azure Advisor is giving.
okay.
So how many days report it is gonna give you? Is it gonna give you last 7 days, 15 days, 1 month? What is your time period? Like
Uh,
how long you will
yeah, 1 month report. We will took that that
you'll
one.
take the
Yeah,
1 month
1 month
report,
report
and is
and
it enough to identify, okay, this server can be downgraded, this server can be decommissioned? Is it like enough sufficient for you
uh,
to think of?
for that one, and also we took for a different report that advisor report and internal SCOM report also we took that.
Okay.
Based on the report only, we will do resizing. Directly,
Okay.
we need already it's running very well. If you go with resizing, it's if affect the major impact, it's very difficult for both is important for us,
Okay.
cost as well as and there is no impact business.
That is
So
good. Yeah, that's good. You're
that's
doing a due diligence to do the validating the analysis given by Azure Advisor.
uh,
Always Azure Advisor is a good one, but it's better to compare. Azure Advisor will also give you some sort of values of how much you're going to save. You can use that for projecting the cost saving. At the same time, you can use the your monitoring tool
monitor.
data for last 6 months to
uh,
3 months to
uh,
identify. Okay, because sometimes what happens for one quarter there could be
yeah,
some less business. maybe because of festivals or holidays, but next quarter it would be too high, right? So
Yes.
we cannot just take 1 month data
uh,
and do, considering resizing, right?
Correct.
Yes, we can identify those patterns, and when that situation comes going forward, we can reduce it for a quarter and increase it for next quarter, something like that. We have to do it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's about the cost optimization. So I think, based on my understanding, I think you are pretty good in day-to-day operations. I don't think I need to talk about each and every option. But I'll ask you one question.
Okay.
Okay. If one of your customer
Okay.
willing to move to the cloud environment,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
They are brand new. I mean, they
Okay.
are not very sure about how Azure works, but they always hear, okay, Azure is cloud is a non-secure. Worry about the security and the cloud, right? So, how do you start your conversation with them, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Explain them the capabilities of the cloud platform
Okay.
and how they can. How do you like about the blueprints,
Yes.
landing
Yes.
zone, right?
Landing zone. Correct.
So, how do you explain them, right?
Yeah.
So that they understand, they get some thoughts to think about it.
Yes, yeah, sure, Kamal. Yeah, every customer they're thinking more for cloud, the same fear for every customers. So that's why we previous for past 10 years, 7 years like that only. Nowadays, the cloud environment is totally different. We are creating we've planned for Azure. We are creating the Azure landing zone. In that landing zone, we have discussed with everything like management, prod, subscription for how to move for as part of Azure landing zone. We are discuss like create a multiple subscription, then how we are going to manage the subscription using the management group, and how we are going to enforcing the policy related things like we have multiple workloads, means create a separate subscription for prod, non-prod, and some PaaS services and sandbox subscription for testing. We have created multiple subscription. We will inform them, and all the subscription managing using the management group. They require the single tenant or multiple tenant. We discuss on that Azure landing zone itself. Then after that, we are using the landing zone India access management, like how we are going to do Azure Active Directory, AAD, or in that AAD, we have multiple options like conditional access policy, PIM role, then role-based access based on the authentication, authorization. Once authentication complete, we will least privilege we are enable for this one's role based, then enable the multi-factor authentications. Then if they're using already hybrid model, I using on-premise, how we were connecting using AD Connect sync with the hybrid environment for on-premise environment to Azure environment. These things and password management related things we will discuss with landing zone. Then network topology and connectivity, like how we are going to create the VNet, subnet, and then IP allocation related things. Then how we are planning for DNS management, PaaS service related networking, how we are going for private endpoint or service endpoint, which one. Then how we are configure the virtual LAN or hub and spoke model, then how we are connect with the established connectivity on premise to Azure using VPN, site to site VPN or express route secure. This type of things we are thinking, and also we are load balance, how we are going to configure the load balance related things. This is for network part. Then comes to the security and governance part. We will how we are secure our data for using encryption, what type of encryption we are going to do that. Then we are met for healthcare organization, when we net HIPAA compliance, right? So HIPAA compliance we are met as per standard. We are doing the security related things. Then implementing the policy, create the policies, and for like real-time environment, we are for all the real-time environment, the public IP should not allowed. So we create the disable the public IP policy, and some organization allowed only for a particular region only allowed for deploy the virtual machines. So remaining regions we stop creating the policies. Then NSG, every network should be in NSG subnets, part of the NSG. This type of policy we created and enforced that we were in that landing zone time. Then how we are using for keyword service, store the keys, password, secret, this type of things we will discuss on that. Then infrastructure part, we will inform them how we are going to using PaaS service, SaaS service. Then we are going for container service based on the application. We will recommend it for the containers based service. Then PaaS service, app service related things we are discussed. Then storage, how we are going to use it, the storage, blob storage, file storage, how long we are, if archive data means, we will inform that this three type of data storage, hot, RK, and cold related things. We recommended for these things. Then data management, how we are going to SQL data management, Cosmos DB, and storage, data lake storage is structure database. So we are explain to them in that Azure landing zone time. Then backup and disaster recovery. We are how we are going to schedule the backup, how long or this backup is required, these things. Then disaster recovery, how frequently we are during test DR test. Then what is the availability zone? I mean availability, Azure provided the availability zone and region related things we are discussed. Then monitoring part, how we are monitoring the resources using log analytics. Then Azure dashboard, Azure health service, then Azure advice. These things we will explain them. Then cost optimization is one of the things we will create the how we are going to set the cost optimization. We set the any alerts above threshold. Then recommended Azure advice is recommended how we using how optimizing using for resources in our environment. Then reservation plan also we design that. These things. Then after that, we are for Azure DevOps and DevOps model, automation model, how infrastructure, how we are going to deploy using Terraform or Azure Resource Manager or Bicep. Then how we are approach that this one CADC, how we are going to execute pipelines. These things we are discussed with the as part of the landing
Okay.
zone.
Okay. Excellent. All right. I think I'm pretty good. I
Yeah.
think whatever I was looking for the skill set, you have the same experience and skill set, right?
Mm.
I'm gonna put this on YouTube
Okay.
in case
Yeah.
if anybody is looking for a senior cloud engineer. I think they might reach out to me. So, are you open to change?
No, yes, no, we can upload, no issue for me.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Good. Good. I'm
Uh,
really happy, Satish.
Okay. Thank you.
Overall, I think if I have a requirement, I will consider your profile. Okay, and
Sure,
that is
Kamal.
the level of
Thank
confidence I've got it,
you.
and I'm really happy that our session was helpful to you.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Based on our session only, I learned a lot of things for total migration. Our session only, I did the practice. Still I created the virtual machines in our environment. So it's very, very helpful. And going for real-time environment, without fear, I will done everything. So
Okay,
it's a very, very useful for your session, actually,
we
Kamal.
can
Thank
see
you for
that
your,
level of confidence
yeah,
now, Satish. Yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah,
All right.
correct.
Okay. People on this call, any feedback about this interview, Satish?
It was very good actually. I mean, I am definitely need to watch this multiple times because so far I'm clear with the concepts, but whatever that discussion which happened in the interview, right? It's most of the real-time use cases. Only when you have hands-on experience, you can handle these situations. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. I mean, for me, so far I only clear with the concepts, but I will not be able to answer those questions which you asked. Most of the questions like how you are handling a day-to-day task in your work life.
Hmm. Okay, great. About Manoj,
Yeah,
was it
yeah, it is.
helpful?
Yeah, it was helpful.
Okay, Satish.
Yeah, Kamal, it was really nice, and it is much more related to the real-time. experience. I think Satish already have gone through some, migration and
No,
website
no, based
migration.
on this only, Kamal session only, I did most of the things, Suresh. Real time, I have some
Brilliant.
knowledge only, but based on this, our daily sessions, I gone through old videos and perform the activities. I get more confidence and also knowledge for creating, for directly, for my, I don't have no, much knowledge in real time as well for this as well. So for this, creating the virtual machine and deleting everything, I will, for example, Terraform also created some codes based on his session, Azure DevOps session. I will create the multiple codes and deploy it to here. So we cannot get the opportunity for the real time environment. So here very lab and previous all the recordings and daily our sessions very helpful for me.
Yeah,
Kamal, thanks for that one.
yeah, no problem. So he actually joined multiple sessions,
Yeah,
multiple batches, and each batch, right? So he used to take the lead, and he used to help the team, right? In case if somebody stuck somewhere, so he used to take that opportunity, and he used to work with them and implement it, clear those problems, and he used to work with directly with Microsoft, and uh, with our support plans, and he used
uh,
to
yeah,
resolve many of the issues. So that's how I think he learned. So I expect everyone to learn this way, so that you can join multiple batches. You can do as many labs as you possible, right? Ask many questions, help your team so that you are confident.
yeah.
Whatever you learn, when you share with somebody else, somebody, then you will be remembering it for a longer time. Otherwise, you'll just forget about it. Okay. All right.
Correct. And also one added advantage here,
Yep.
we done more practical here for remaining use. Just they have taken the class, that's it. But we are do lot of labs here, so that's why I get some more confident, easily also remember everything. So
Yep.
that is only added advantage. Thanks, Kamal, for that.
Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
I definitely need to thank Satish because he helped me in the initial days, sitting with me all the whole weekend.
Yeah.
He's not. I don't expect anybody from any other coaching team, right? They'll be sitting with me all the day. Mostly they might be chat, but he took time to sit a whole day to figure it out an issue and solve it. Thanks, Satish, for that.
yeah, yeah,
I
no
mean,
issue. Yeah,
he's always helpful for that.
yeah, yeah, no
Yeah.
issue. Yeah,
That has come out of this, right? That efforts have come out of this interview. So he learned so much from your
yeah.
issues,
Yeah,
all
correct.
your issues.
Yeah, I will tell you for migration part, your 3, 4 years, it's 4 hours video only. I took everything I spent for one day, then I will complete. Now I have so much confidence for the migration related things.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Excellent.
yeah, yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Satish and everyone for joining this call. I hope this video will be helpful to multiple people who are looking for a job change, who was not clear about the real-time use cases, how to answer it. Though they are working on Azure, but they are sometimes fail to explain because they don't know how to explain, right? I think this might be helpful, and Satish will make some more videos in upcoming days. We'll focus more on DevOps as well, so that others people can understand. And whatever you need from my side to make you that level of expertise, you can always let me know. I'm happy to support you on everyone, not only you, right? Everyone, whatever the help you required, we'll facilitate that. All right. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Sure. Thank you.